guys, I'm Evan Etzbeth, a Super Rugby player. You're watching Gareth Mason on Walking Tour with G-Man.
What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about Super Rugby. Round 15 has approached us, and what a round we have in store for us. Super Brew is in its hardest stages because predicting these teams is getting real tough. Last weekend wasn't the greatest for me. I didn't make the right results. We saw another draw, we saw controversy, we saw appalling refereeing decisions from the TMO, and yes, he was a South African. Absolutely shocking. If that was a forward pass, then I don't know what eyesight he has, because that was absolutely ridiculous, and he was looking from a TV. Anyway, so much rugby to look forward to. I mean, we're approaching getting towards the end stages, and I mean, the conferences in the Southern Hemisphere are tight. Everyone can really have a go at it. We're going to see Sharks, Lions. I mean, winner takes it all this weekend. You see the New Zealand conference with the Crusaders and the Hurricanes really pretty much dominating that one. You got Australasia, you got the Rebels, you got the Waratahs, you got the Brumbies, all trying to fight out. Even the Reds picking up games here and there to really prove a point. But the Sunwolves, unfortunately, just not there. They're having their moments, but I just don't think they're right at the moment. The Jaguars are a team who are unpredictable. They're picking up a great win last weekend, so you just can't count them out. I mean, you predict one team because you think a home team, or you think this team's maybe more dominant, but it just turns out to be the total opposite, which makes this tournament so damn hard to predict. And therefore, on that note, let's go through predictions for this weekend's game. First up, you got the Chiefs versus the Reds. Now, the Chiefs have not had a great season. They lost last weekend. The Reds, not too hot either. They've lost their last two games. They're needing to pick up a win. They literally, the past 4 weeks, won 2, lost 2, and both in a row. So they're going to need to bounce back. But, I mean, you're playing in New Zealand. You're playing at the Waikato Stadium. I mean, I just don't see the Reds doing it, unfortunately. As much as you want to see a competitive game, I think the Chiefs should take that one, and the Chiefs definitely need to take that one, especially for their fans who will be very disappointed with the current form and performance that they've been offering. So for me, Chiefs to win that game. Next up, we have the Brumbies taking on the Blue Bulls. Now, the Bulls picking up a win last weekend. The Brumbies are on a 2-match winning streak. So they're definitely bouncing back and showing a lot of improvement. I mean, it's lost 2, won 2, lost 1, won 2 now, which is a great comeback. Bulls have been on a one-loss, win-lose, win-lose, win-lose. So they've won now, they're going to lose again. They are playing in Australia, which means it's going to be a tough game, having the crowd at Canberra really going at all ends up on that one. So for me, I'm going to have to go Brumbies to win. Be a close game, probably 3 points or so, but I really hope the Bulls back up. Reason why I'm going Brumbies, you've got no Pollard, who's a strength within that squad, and I think he's a true leader. You've got Dwayne Vermeulen still, but I just think the Brumbies are just a step ahead, especially being at home. If it was back at Loftus, I would have gone Bulls, but in this case, I'm going Brumbies to win. Then we head over to Japan at early hours of the morning, South African time at 7:15. You got the Sunwolves taking on the Melbourne Rebels. Now, I was just talking on a local radio station just earlier tonight, and a lot of the presenter there said Sunwolves. Now, I really don't think so. Sunwolves have been on quite a losing streak. Yes, they're at home, which means it's tougher for them. Rebels also not had the greatest. They started off strong. They lost 3, then they won 1, then they lost last weekend. You can't count the Rebels out, but I just don't see Sunwolves picking up a win. I think they are hurting now. They've got quality within their squad, but I just think they're on the way out, unfortunately for them. So that said, I'm going a Rebels victory. But we've seen surprises. We've seen upsets in this tournament, so I won't be shocked if we see a Sunwolves victory, but I'm almost pretty sure that the Rebels will pick up a win. Then we head over to Christchurch between an awesome New Zealand derby. The Crusaders taking on the Blues. Now, the Blues also not been in the greatest of states this year. Good to see Tano Umaga praising Moananu for his commitment within the team, always at training, which is so great to see. I mean, the legend within Moananu is truly exemplary. He's brilliant. If we look at the Crusaders, I mean, come on. best team in the world at this state. I wanted to still do a video, Crusaders versus Saracens, who will win, but I'll save that for another day. Crusaders, yes, they drew last weekend, controversial call, but unfortunately the call was made and things happened. They won the previous weekend, and then they destroyed the Bulls, and then they drew to the Sharks, and then they were winning. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm actually terrified for the Blues, because when the Sharks drew, and that was a proper draw, to the Crusaders destroyed the Bulls. Now you're still playing, and now you're going to drew with the Stormers. You're playing another Blue team, so good luck, Blues. You are my New Zealand team, but I don't see you winning, unfortunately. I see a big win for the Crusaders. Sorry, driving more, and sorry to 2 Cents Rugby, but I just see Crusaders taking this one for the win. If we look down at Australia, going all the way to Sydney, the Waratahs are taking on the unpredictable Jaguars. Waratahs also not been in the greatest of places. Before last week's win, they had lost 3 in a row. Jaguars won last weekend, lost the previous, but then had won 4, which was truly remarkable. So, who would you think are the winners here? Well, it's unpredictable. It's a tough one. It's not predictable. It's unpredictable. But therefore, on that decision, I'm going with the home team, the Waratahs. But I will not be surprised if I get this pick wrong, because two intense teams there. Then we head down to South Africa for the Stormers taking on the Highlanders in Cape Town, which should be an unbelievable contest. I'm expecting a very close game. Lowest point scorers between the 2 victories. Both teams have been similar. They've not been that hot. Stormers bottom of the log for the South African Conference. They're going to want to change that. They're going to want to try and get somewhere. But it's going to be tough. Highlanders, you're playing in Cape Town, but we always know the Cape Town support for New Zealand fans is huge. But do I think they can do it? I'm actually going to go with the Stormers on this one, but just. And the reason why I'm going with the Stormers is because of last week's controversy. Everyone's going to be chirping and slating the Stormers. You're lucky, you got given this. They're going to come back, and I think they're going to surprise us. So I'm going Stormers to pick up a victory there. Then the last game of the weekend, my team, the Sharks, taking on the Lions. Pretty much this is the decider of who gets the wild card in our group. Or one of the wild cards, because winner will take it all. The loser will continue to drop down. Sharks need this win. Lions need this win. You're playing in Natal. The crowd's always bad there, but you got your home crowd. I always said the Sharks play better away, so I'm a bit nervous for that one. We have been in the Lions before. Can we do it again? Of course we can. But it's going to be close. So prediction for this game, I'm going Sharks. Probably by 3 points or so. It's going to be close, but it's going to be exciting. So much Super Rugby to look forward to there. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. It's going to be an epic weekend. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know your predictions down below as usual. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, turn on the bell notification, because there's so much more to come. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.
Make sure you subscribe to his channel for all rugby content. Stay safe and never give up.